G'day guys, I'm Joe Train and welcome to another video, my first ever Transport Fever 2 video where I'll be doing a showcase of my Queensland Rail Intercity Express which I've made as a mod for Transport Fever 2. I've been working on this over the course of 4 months, but without further ado, let's get straight into the video. So the Queensland Rail Intercity Express, they were a class of electric multiple units built by Walkers Limited in Maryborough for Queensland Rail in 1987 to 1989. And they were originally intended for the Spirit of Capricorn, which was a long distance rail service that operated between Rockhampton and Brisbane from 1988 to 2003. However, in 1998, they were replaced by the electric tilt train, as these trains have top speed of 120 kilometers an hour. Tilt train goes to 160 kilometers an hour. It's also the fastest train in Australia as well. Spirit of Capricorn, they were repurposed for the Sunshine Coastlines, and when they went all the way to Gympie North until 2021, where they're all retired and replaced by the new generation rolling stocks. Alright, so here we are in the game, and this is my Brisbane city map, which I've made a custom game map some time ago of Brisbane, which is my hometown. And since no one else has made a Brisbane map for Transport Fever 2, I've decided to make one myself. And I've also done quite a lot on this map. I've connected all the towns here along with some freight lines, but that's not really the focus on this video, which are the Intercity Express trains. So here we are at Morningside Station, and we already have an Intercity Express waiting here, and this is in the modern livery, so this is in the 2010s livery. So over the years they would have repainted them and updated the Queensland Rail logos to use the more up-to-date logo. So as you can see, the train is about to depart and it makes the doors closing announcement. And one unique aspect of these trains is that they use swinging doors as opposed to sliding doors seen on the other Queensland Rail rolling stock. Another thing to note about these trains is that the interior is fully modelled as well. So we can go in here and we can see the stickers on the walls, such as the no smoking, and through the doors we can see some baggage on the racks with toilets on the right here at the end of the carriage. And we can sit in the driver's cab, so you can pretend that you are driving the train. And I'll also show you the other liveries I've made, so we can go into the depot here. And in this depot you can get some more information about the Intercity Expresses. And we have 3 different liveries, and you can change the formation, so it can either be a 4-carriage set, a 5-carriage set, or a 6-carriage set. But generally in their later years they operated as 5-carriage sets. And another feature with the Intercity Express trains, I've also included the ability to change the colour. So you can have a red one, a green one, so you can change the colour into whatever you like, essentially. So since the functionality is offered by the game, I've decided to integrate that feature into the Intercity Express as well. So here we have the 1980s livery, so this would be the first livery that they would have used when they first went into service. So if you notice, they don't have the lights at the bottom there, and they don't have like the mirrors as well. And the windows are actually, like, if we look at the original reference, the windows actually like wrap around, but I didn't feel like remodeling the windows, so I just kept them as it is, because I think it's like a safety thing, because the glass wrapper, when it like wraps around, it's not as strong as like having glass where it's just like a rectangle and it doesn't like wrap around. And one other last thing, until we'll get into the morning tour and we can look more into detail of this. So if you go into the assets here, we have a bunch of assets you can spawn in as well. Let's say you want to make a rail yard. So if you get your assets out, you build your own like train that's like in the rail yard. So like you can just like connect all the carriages together and all like the different liveries as well. So if you want to have it like in a siding, so you can do that as well. Let's head into the modding tool so you can look more into detail. Here we are in the model editor. Another thing as well that I couldn't really demonstrate in the game, I've also created like LOD models as well. So it doesn't like render all like 64,000 triangles, which like also includes like all the triangles for the interior as well. So like when you zoom out, it will use the low poly model just to save on the game performance, so it doesn't have to render all of those triangles. And another thing, I've also like implemented some like very minor rust as well. As like the train ages in the game, There's also like some rust and like dirt that like builds up in there as well, although it's very minute, so you can't really see it very well. There's all the animations there, so we can open the doors, close the doors, and it takes 7 seconds to close the doors because it has to do like the sound first and then the doors close. That's why there's a delay for the doors closing. Then we can demonstrate, and then there's the color as well, so we can paint it as before. And then for all the other liveries as well, they all have to have their unique color maps as well, so there you go. And then this livery has the doors are like green. It's got like a green rectangle on it, so there you go. Alright, so here we can look at the actual files in here as well. So here you have the files used for like my Transworld Fever 2 folder, which is with all the files for this as well. So we can open so here is all, this is what you don't get to see. So we have all of my references here. And we can also look into the model file as well, which is in here. So this is what's actually in the mod. We can go into the resources file, and then we can look at all the textures. So textures. There you go. There's all the textures, and you also have textures for the LOD models as well. So I do all my texturing in Paint.net because it's a free and open source image manipulation software. So here's the diffuse texture, and we have a bunch of layers here. There's a lot of them, so they all have like their own stuff there, and you can just flatten them as well, so it's all on like the single layer. So yeah, that's for the front of the train, and then we also have textures for the interior as well. There you go. This has a fire extinguisher. Yeah, I've also made a quiet carriage as well. There you go. We also have a quiet carriage as well with like the text that says quiet carriage on it. And then please refrain from loud conversations and use of loud musical or mobile devices on it. And then these can like couple up with like the couplers on the end, because so that these can actually like detach from the train, so they don't always have to be connected to it. Because funnily enough, with these Queensland Rail Intercity Express locomotives, which I found interesting, they also work in a multiple unit within the EMU type as well. So you can usually have 2 of these and then an EMU behind them. And it's for the Sunshine Express apparently. So with these trains, they've all got retired in 2021, but the train will forever live on within Transworld Fever 2. So there you go. I've also uploaded the model onto Sketchfab, so if you want to download it, it's there. I might the other carriages as well, and I might put it on sale because I don't make any money from it, so I'd like to make some money from it. So yeah. But yeah, that's just like the first 2 carriages, and I'll have to do the rest of them later. If I ever do upload the rest of the carriages onto Sketchfab, because I was kind of dedicated getting it modded into Steam as opposed to getting it into onto Sketchfab. So anyways, hey, that's the end of the video. Let me know what other Transworld Fever 2 videos you want me to do. If you want me to do like a showcase of my other mods, I could probably just do like one big video like showcasing every like mod I'm made, and as a video for Transworld Fever 2. I could also do a video showcasing my Bristol City game I've been playing on as well. Anyways, like, that's the end of the video. Be sure to like, comment and subscribe, and lastly, be sure to join the journey with Joe Train.